Okay, we're on the north side of the structure. And this is the front room, the sitting room, the formal room, the office study. We got cut dimensional stone, brick, and then we got hardy plank soffits. Lawn sprinkler head. Should not be closer than 12 inches to a structure. It's called a purge coat. A cake frosting or something. It's a decorative coat. It's not usually structural. It's decorative. Coming along, we pull. We call we pulls. Home ownership 101. All roofs leak. All walls leak. They're designed to shed water faster than they accept it because we want to keep the inside dry. Over our fenestrations, right there, we pull, all as it should be. Now the rain gutters discharge water above the grade. They're supposed to divert the water several feet away from the structure. These splash blocks, I don't know what it is with builders. They just like to listen to home inspectors talk about it and I guess give us something to do. I don't know. It's laid out backwards. The best story I heard was that when the water comes down, this curb broadcasts it out and around, which is hilarious. But the splash block is laid out backwards, and the water is not diverted from the rain gutter. It's not diverted far enough away. This is the front exterior faucet. And we're getting almost 80. 80's maximum. We're looking between 40 and 80. It's like about 78 psi. Let's write that down. Take some notes here. There you go. Might take a picture of it later. So I'm just going to turn it off. Now we're coming across the front. This wood mulch underneath the edge of the roof line. That's conducive. Everybody has it. I know. I got it at my house. My house isn't for sale. But it's conducive to wood destroying insects, termites. The fence, by design, fence next to the house, that's conducive to wood destroying insects. Coming across here, that is the main water shutoff valve to the house. If you got a problem, you reach down in there. That should be excavated so you can get your hand around the valve and service it. And then with the lawn sprinkler systems, you're supposed to line the irrigation box with gravel, so that would be a good idea too. These are the main cleanouts. The structure faces west. We're facing west, so the west front yard, north side of the front portico, that's where your main cleanouts is, that's where your main shutoff is. Moving on along. Smart thermostats and smart doorbells are beyond the scope of this inspection, but you got a ring right there. Just let it ring. I was going to mention this in the next video, but the threshold is pretty beat up right there. What's that about? I don't know what that's about. Coming along. Moving steady as we go. It works. It works. Wood mulch under the house again. Now, in a video you're about to watch, I say there isn't a pull handle on this side of the door. There are pull handles on this side of the garage metal overhead door panel door. Now, there aren't on the inside. And up here, you've also probably seen, hopefully you saw a roof video, which this wasn't on it because I couldn't get to this part of the roof. But right in here, right there should be kick-out flashing. And then that rain gutter, right up there, it should not drain directly onto the roof covering. And then I couldn't get here either, but between the shingles and the fascia board, there's a little metal strip. It's been painted, but it's supposed to lap a minimum of 10 inches. You'll never have a problem with it. Never have a claim denied because of it. The manufacturer specifies that those little edge flashings should be lapped 10 inches. I rarely see that. It doesn't make it right. Misery loves company, I guess. Coming on along. Front parkway. South side of the driveway. This is your water meter. It's digital, so it's really kind of hard to tell if we got leaks or what. But this should be excavated. You should be able to wrap your hand around it and service it. And then again, like the lawn sprinkler system, it'd be ideal if it was lined with gravel floor. Let's see if we can get this in here with some sort of finesse. This is the main shutoff valve to the lawn sprinkler system. And like the meter, and like the main shutoff valve to the house, that should be excavated so you can get your hand around the valve and service it. And again, like the check valve for the lawn sprinkler system, it'd be nice if that was lined with gravel. This is the check valve for the lawn sprinkler system. And you do have 3 inches so you can get your hand around it. And if I use my imagination, I'd like to think I could see some gravel in there, but I can't really tell. I can't really see that. So that should have some gravel in it. Moving on along. Rain gutter too close to the house. Irrigation lines. It's okay for them to be exposed, but every 12 inches they should be fastened. Just like yard staples. We got this pest control system. That's not for termites. That's for roaches and stuff like that. So after about 5 or 7 years, you probably should get a full service pest control company into the house to make sure everything's hunky-dory. It's too soon right now. They haven't got the change of address letter yet. Again, we're on the south side of the house. This is the gas home. Electric power to the house is below grade. Meter is sealed, beautiful. Got a grounding rod. We got a second eupher in another video you're about to see. So you got that's good. That rod actually should be buried. It's about 4 inches too high. This is the electric service disconnect for the air conditioning system. We cannot open this up to make sure it was wired right because it's been glued to the wall, which is, if it wasn't, I'd call that out. So it's kind of like a no-win situation there. I'm sure it was wired properly, but that's what I'm here for. So, come on. Come on in here. Plug you in. Strip you. This is the condensing unit. It's 410A. We expect that. That's the good stuff. It's 1 year old. We expect that. That's good. It's a 5-ton system. 5-ton system is properly fused in the breaker box. I already checked that in the video you haven't seen yet, probably. So, but that's that. It's in pretty good shape. This is the water heater flue. This is the water heater pressure relief drain line. Now what's interesting about this is that I'm not seeing a secondary drain line, so I'll have to revisit the garage and see what we have to say about that. That'll be in the report, probably won't be in the video. This is the laundry, so we kind of expect to see the clothes dryer vent. But apparently, for whatever reason, I can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's up there. So it's supposed to be labeled, unless this is it. Vent fan, nope, That's it on the roof. They took it all the way to the roof. Huh. Alright. This water over here is a marsh. Okay, on the south side of the house, this is just not draining right. What the builder will say, what I've heard builders say, that if it's not dry, we had a lot of rain last night, by the way. If it's not dry and within 24 hours, they consider that a problem. No, it's supposed to drain now. Not sit here and evaporate in 24 hours. That's mosquitoes. West Nile disease. Coming on along here, these are called control joints. Some people call them expansion joints, call them what you will. But we expect the structure to move. We have control joints out there in the street. We expect it to move. We want to control the cracking. So that's what those are there for. And every year or so, and you should come out here and check this stuff. See how this stuff should all be checked, because when it dries, it shrinks and it cracks, and then it allows too much water into the wall system. So that's an ongoing maintenance thing. It's a good thing though. We want it. We really do. This is the fresh air induction fan. This is a very tight house. Very tight house. The attic is not ventilated. So I'm quite sure once I get into the attic, I must see open cell foam on the decking. So this house is like a jar, and airtight like a jar. And like you poke holes in the top of the jar so that your praying mantis can live. Then that's basically what that is. That lets a certain amount of air into the house where it's conditioned, hopefully filtered, and hopefully goes through a heat exchanger. But there's passive conditioning, but it goes into the house so that you always have a fresh air exchange. You always have some fresh air in the house. That's good. We want fresh air. Everybody wants fresh air. Splash box laid out backwards again. This is the roof where I was able to get up. I don't know how good that video was. That was pretty shaky up there. I was, but that middle one has got some trash stuck in it, and that trash needs to be cleaned out so it can vent like it's supposed to. And then this right here, that's the weather sensor for your lawn sprinkler system, your irrigation system. We won't have a video for that because it's kind of involved, but I will have some good documentation about it. Our windows, tinted, nice, UV, double pane, vinyl frame. Nice, nice. Has weep holes with weirs. Nice. I can tell more when I get inside. They might be double hung. I don't think so, but they might be. We're gonna look. Rain gutters again. This is the patio. There we go. More GFCI. Saved my life just then. Could have been disastrous. These little retaining walls over here. One, they're probably community tenancy in common. Probably the homeowners association, probably. Two, no hard fast rule, but the high ground, usually the person who has the high ground is responsible for that retaining wall. Three, if a retaining wall is twice as far from the structure than its height, this is many times that, then it should not have any effect on the structure or the structure's foundation or the performance of the structure. Moving on along, we're almost where we started. Thank you for bearing with me. Some more of that short overlap. Oh, I got the sun in her eyes. Anyway, this is the chimney. Actually, the fireplace. Coming on along. This is what I was calling the formal dining area. Going towards the kitchen. These kitchen cleanouts. This is the same fence. This is the vent hood for the kitchen vent fan. And this is the same fence where we started.